We're rolling.
Alright, boom, we're back.
Let's go.
We're in. We're in now. Boom. Let's go. Intro. BKB special laid out show. Got two special guest boys. Do you want to introduce yourself to the guys listening?
My name's James Connelly.
Grab that, boy.
And my name's Dean Smudger Smith. Boom.
Yeah, there you go. So, what have you both been up to? Do you want to give people a bit of a what you've been up to? Not last night. What you've been up to and what's coming up for you? Let's get in and we'll get into it.
We've been knocking the shit out of each other and anyone else that's in our way and everything.
That's pretty good.
We got anything on our hands?
Just been training basically, just staying in the gym, and his fight's coming up, so we're doing a lot of sparring the last few days and stuff like that and training. So basically just keeping in the gym, keeping fit.
Yeah. All right.
I'm not stopped for like stopped for 2.5 months now. So I've been pretty much killing it. And then I've obviously got to continue for the next 2 fights because I'm seeing myself getting past this next round. So yeah.
Nice, great to see. Right, so this is predominantly normally a boxing show. So you got to think some people might not know what's been going on, but
BKB's been blowing up,
and we wanted to ask you why you think. What would you put it down to? Because Polly Malignaggi fought BKB, you know, all that sort of stuff. Like big boxers are starting to dip into there, like it's getting a bit of a trend now.
It's
the hype
because the actual quality is getting a bit better. The quality of the fighters coming in, like listen, they've got basically professional athletes in there, like literally 8-week camps, 9-week camps. They're losing weights. It's no messing around. You don't get the local hard man coming into BKB anymore and having a scrap and getting wins. You have to train, and that's why it's gone up, because the level of opposition and the level of people that's in it have gone up.
Yeah, the pool's got bigger. Because the pool's got bigger, obviously they can pick and choose who they want, but they can pick the best. You know, maybe a year and a half ago you were getting like say local hard lads, didn't have much technique, just a bit of raw power, going in there and just sparking lads out. But now they just can't do that, because you just can't throw that punch and land that punch and expect you're gonna get a win. Just from a random shot.
Yeah. So what else do you think it's down to? Do you think it's because you guys get busted up every fight? Do you think do you think it's more exciting than boxing?
Busted up every fight, not me.
I come out with
a little black eye or something. Smudge comes out, his half his eye hanging off. But
yeah, listen, I've had that last fight there, mate. One little graze under my eye. I thought my nose was spread across my face, but now other than that, I had no damage on my hands. They see the thing with this game is the longevity is through your hands. I think you can damage on your face, but I mean that repairs. And if you don't repair, then game's over. But mainly it's your hands.
Well, I've done the 7 rounds. That's not done it. And after the third, my left hand was like a balloon. But the adrenaline takes over. You see, like you're still throwing the shots. It just feels weird and stuff like that. But yeah, he's definitely the hands. Getting punched in the actual fight. Don't get me wrong. I don't like getting punched on that, but getting punched in the face is nowhere near the damage that you have to do with your hands, because that heals pretty quick, the superficial, you know. But your hands, the ligaments and the tendons underneath, like even only till about 4 weeks ago that my hands stopped actually hurting. You know?
Yeah, I keep punching mine. I did a bit of damage, and if I couldn't straighten my finger out, I couldn't really make much of a fist. But it wasn't really damage that was going to be for a long time. A permanent bit of damage. It was just I just needed a bit of release. So I got the acupuncture within 24 hours, back to normal again.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, like, can you train for that? Can you prepare for your hands? Can you make them stronger? Can you do anything like?
You get stress balls, couldn't you?
Yeah, stress balls.
You get some sand, put your sand in there. But these are the things I started learning out ever since I've done the 7 rounds. It's like, how can I stop this from happening? How can we not only stop hitting them on the flipping top of the head, because it doesn't work. Like it's got to be down here, but at the same time, it's the hands. That's the only thing that can stop you from going around. They invented gloves to protect the fighter's hands, not to protect the fighter's head. Everyone's got to remember that, so the fights can go on longer. But we've just took it back to old school, and we're having it on. And most people don't even actually think that bare knuckle still is actually legal. Yeah. Some people say to me, "What, bare knuckle? No gloves?" I said, "Yeah." They actually don't know it's legal. Some people, mate. So, and I think more people are seeing it now, and that's why it's getting bigger and bigger. Look, it's got a lot bigger than it was when it first started.
Yeah, you have to explain to people that it's not in the back of a pub car park. It's not in someone's basement. It's actually at a reputable venue with all the frills and chills that go with it. You got your bouncers, you got your security everywhere, your medics. It's exactly as it needs to be right now.
Yeah. So, what's the best thing about fighting BKB? Because you boxed as an amateur, right?
Yes.
And Smudgy yourself. So, what's the best thing about BKB? What do you enjoy about it?
No, I always try and ask that question myself. Why do I actually do it? But people say like
it's niche, isn't it?
no, it's definitely a mentality, you know, because there's a lot of people who wear gloves won't go do bare knuckle, but they'll go and have a fight with gloves on, but they won't do bare knuckle. It's definitely a mentality, like, you know what I mean? I'm not saying we're not wired up straight or something like that. It's just I go into bare knuckle fights not looking on to get hit anyway, so you don't get paid to be tough. So yeah.
Yeah, I'd say same, but I mean, you do get a lot of people who do box and they do say, yeah, I'll do that. But you know, if you give them the opportunity there and then, most of them they back out or they make an excuse. It's just the same as, you know, when fighters back out in normal boxing matches, they get the nerves, they get worried, and they pull out for some shitty reason. You know, some menial fucking excuse. But you know, the BKB for me, it's because I enjoy it because it's new. It's old, but it's new. It's been modernised, and we are bringing it from the bottom to the top, and I like being part of that. Like, you know, making a legacy, I suppose.
Yeah, do you know, that's sick.
Do you know, with the training as well, is it the same as similar to boxing as what you're doing, or are you switching it up and you're hitting the bags?
I do see people like hitting the bags with no gloves on. Let me just get my hands prepared. But listen, I only think that causes me trouble, to be honest with you. Like, I'm putting gloves on as much as I can until it comes to that bare knuckle, and then I'll just let it go. But the training's still the same. You're still got to be fit. Remember, the rounds are a bit short, which are only 2 minutes, so it's got to be short, sharp, and intense. Faster, you know, it's got to be fast. You know what I mean? And plus, there's no gloves on your hands, so everything gets a bit quicker in there. I always look at bare knuckle like that. I said, when you go in the pocket, it's like being in a dark room and a snooker ball's got thrown. You're just waiting for that ping, you know, hoping that ping don't come. You know what I mean? That you get it in and out. So that's exactly what I see it as.
Yeah, it's good euphemism, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's probably the best way you can explain it.
Yeah, definitely. So you two fought each other, for people that are watching that don't know, and now you two are like best friends.
We've been to IB for everything.
Innit? You've been on some tours.
I haven't been the same man since I met him. I'm still not the same man after Dole's house last night, but
he's been adopted by the Leeds lads. He's now.
I'm on home soil now.
Yeah, adopted.
Yeah. No, actually, I don't want to be adopted, man. You're ruining my life. Like, I go back, like, just don't feel right every time I go back to Birmingham when I leave. You know, being with him all the time. Yeah, we fought each other. We become very good mates. Like, that's how it works. Like, it's hard to explain because it's just folded into it. Like, actually, me and him, we got pulled out of a hat to fight each other. And the thing after that, when they'd done the draw again, like my daughter's done it, we actually got picked out 3 times after it. So me and Smudge was always going to fight each other. Like, they'd done the official draw, but then they'd done the draw after 3 times, and our names got pulled out again. So it was a case of there. So we were supposed to be. This thing's supposed to happen for a reason. You know?
And you know,
no cringe in that.
Prior to the fight, did you know each other, or
we got talking? Yeah, we become quite.
The first time I ever met you, mate, is the first prize fight draw.
Yeah, but we got talking.
And he was the first person to come up to me in that place. Where was it again? Northamptonshire.
Yeah, Northamptonshire.
Walked up to me and shook my hand straight away. He called me Dan or something. He called me Dan. He said, "Right, Dan, it's James."
Just mind fucking you.
But then at this time, I thought Smudge just wanted to befriend everyone because he had some sick thing. What they done when I blocked you, didn't I? I'll block it. I don't want to see what's going on if I'm about to fight you. I'll just block it. But when I met him that first time, I unblocked him. And even when I fought him, he was trying to FaceTime me. When we go for training camp, he was FaceTiming. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm about to literally kick the shit out of you in a couple of weeks. And you're FaceTiming me in my bed. But this is him. You know what I mean? This is him. But yeah.
We've developed and blossomed a brilliant relationship, man. A good friendship. You know, I'm there for him and he's there for me, and it gives me good advice to James. You know, he's got more amateur experience than I have. He had 80 amateur fights. I had 40 amateur fights. He fought on I'm sure he fought on a higher level than I did. I were more, you know, our army boxing, and that's more heart than technique. But obviously my technique's come on, and James has been one that's helped me, and it has come on well. But see, when I fought James, I got, like you said, he explained this a few times. Smudger's got short levers, and when he throws them short levers at a close distance, you know, he'll hurt. So he stayed well away from me, and you know.
I told him what my game plan was. I watched him
after, obviously.
He's got a bit. His boxing ability's got a bit better as 5 steps, but what he was launching in. So I thought, just wait. And as soon as I saw him launch, I was either going to get off on an angle or I was going to try and beat him down the middle. That's why you'll never see me and Smudge. You never see a war. I remember 10 seconds when the last bell went on the 5th round. They'd done the clappers for the 10 seconds, and he said to me, "Come on, let's war." I said, "Nah." Even if it's 10 seconds, even in 10 seconds, I could have got dropped. You know, you just don't know what happened. But that's his game. His arms are shorter than mine. Why am I going to? The quickest way to A to Z is in a straight line, isn't it? So he's going to get to me before I get to him with my longer arms. So I knew the game plan against him, but at the same time, I'm never ever going to fight him again. And it's a case of any appreciation given. That's why we help each other. You know, we've sparred each other a few times now.
Yeah. Nice. All right, so we're going to get into some other questions to get people into BKB, see what's going on, and what you can drop some advice on people. So, question to you both. We'll start with you, Smudger. Top 3 BKB fighters right now. Top 3.
So obviously, straight away, Jimmy Sweeney. He is the king of BKB. He's self-proclaimed.
He's earned it.
The guy's had 20 odd fights.
We're coming in from BKB 14. I come from. This guy was there from BKB 1. So
BKB 1.
BKB, from the start, and you got to give respect, man.
He's world champ, right?
Well, before the BKB started, because obviously we're on 18. 19. And he's had them before the BKB actually started doing like UFC 1, UFC 2, UFC 2, 2, 3, whatever. So he started before that. So his record supersedes. Is it pre-precede? I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, that word. But he's before the BKB series started.
Got you.
And he's only lost once to a lad called Julian Lane, which he avenged the loss.
Ah, shit. Okay.
So he's very good, Jimmy. Yeah, he knows what he's a boxer.
Number one for me.
He's a very good boxer.
And then you go Tyler Goodjohn, definitely. And then, well, you can't say no other than Sean George, another one who's very, very experienced. To be honest with you, I'd say that his answer is going to be exactly the same as mine because it's...
Why am I not in your top 3, man?
I was waiting for you to say him actually. I was like, I'll probably put him in at 3.
I'm just going to say my last 3 opponents.
Hang on. He's number 11.
I'm 3.5.
Sorry, mate, number 11.
That's all right, mate.
Right, you can get your own back now, mate. Put him in at 12. What's your top 3 then, mate? Let's go.
My top 3 has got to be my last 3 opponents. You know, obviously we know the Sweeney's is good enough. I'm just going to talk on my one. Rico Franco, the Dan Chapman, and the Smudger. Like my last 3 fights, man, I've fought them guys, and I'm the only other person. Well, we've got one other person named Dan Chapman. You got an Olympic style boxer that I'm fighting with bare with no gloves on. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Dan Chapman.
Great fighters. Franco doesn't stop coming. Jeez, guys, it's going to take a truck to stop him. But and then you got the Smudger who's improved. Since he's lost to me, he's improved. Just like when I had a loss to Chapman, we improved. I mean, the boxing world nowadays, you take a loss, you're gone. I think the loss is you change things. I changed my whole routine after that Chapman. I was running at 3 in the morning. I was getting up at 3 in the morning, running, training, doing too much. After I got that loss, I thought I need to change things. Went to John Peggy, give me a training schedule, and I literally followed the training schedule to a T, even my techniques, my drills, changed the way I fight. And then I went back, as you see my fight against Chapman compared to him, my box completely different. So same with him, look what he's done since he's lost to me. Moved down in weight, he's got his food sorted out, he's just got a 2nd round knockout in his last fight, he's pushing on, and he's dropped down in weight, so he's not fighting at the 80s anymore. He took a loss to me thinking, these lads are too big here, you know what I mean? We're too tall for him, too long arm. If he was a professional boxer, he'd be boxing at like welter, welter or something like that. See what I'm saying? Just weight the drain. I'm walking around now, I'd say 12-2 or something like that. If I was boxing, I'd probably have to go down to like a light middle or something, drained, sucked off. But like with him now, it's learned so much off that loss. You learn so much, especially in a bare knuckle. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to go back into a bare knuckle thinking, you don't want to go back in with not your mistakes corrected. You start going and going, I just have another fight, and you still drop your right hand, you're still getting sparked. It's not really a sport you want to mess around in, you know, or drag out. But yeah, the losses do make it.
Scars for life for this sport, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, scars for life for boxing. I've said this before. I'd rather the scars on my face to tell a story about than the scars on my brain that I can't.
Yeah,
and the boxing. You know, if the boxing fans and boxers listening to this right now, they're going to think, yeah, you know, there's a lot of people getting the brain damage in years to come. And I think with this sport, it's and it will be proven in time as time comes on with this sport going as it is.
I actually think it rocks you more with a glove on. I do.
Yeah, I
know. Mate, because you got to understand, with a glove, you're always going to punch harder than actually your hand can punch. Whereas a bare knuckle, it's like hitting a brick wall. I remember I was fighting Franco, and in the 2nd round, I threw a jab, and it just literally, my hand went whang, straight off his head. I thought, you know what I mean? It's just serious, man. You know what I mean? I thought, here we go.
Do you know what? Since you mentioned Rico, I've got it down here because I wanted to ask. He fights for the world title. He fights Jimmy Sweeney, right? I did a bit of research for this.
Yeah.
Who wins? And if you know, you're saying that Jimmy Sweeney's a beast. If Rico can win, how does he win? Like, do you want to go and kind of break that fight down for us?
Listen, of course Rico. I mean, both are going to win. He's going to come off with a load of confidence. He's 5-0. Every fucker's hit this guy, and he ain't gone down. You know what I mean? There's something going on. You know what I mean? So I see. As I said, I've done the predictions the other day. I don't know if you saw on Facebook. They had me do predictions on his fight against Lafferty and Sweeney and Franco, and I said Sweeney's going to box a bit more than I did. If you watch my fight against Franco, you could see he was trying to settle down fights. It was just basically a fight. Whereas Sweeney, because he's so experienced in this game, he'll box a bit more. If Franco starts doing that rushing in stuff, he might get caught coming in. Because Sweeney's a very good he's a counter puncher. That's exactly what he makes for you to make a mistake, and then he will capitalise on that.
We sparred him, didn't we? That's the sort of fighter.
Yeah.
You both sparred him.
Yeah. I've got a video on my thing with them doing. Yeah, we all do that, but we keep sparring to ourselves. I don't really upload video sparring, but I saw some good spars of him and Sweeney. I also saw Tyler and Sweeney, him and Tyler. Like rounds BKB fans would love to see, but I've been there watching them in the gym. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, and I'd say I don't really do predictions, so I don't want to do a prediction, but I will say this. To knock the king off his throne is going to be a very, very tall order for Ricardo, but is there.
He's been fighting at 72, hasn't he? So he's got to move back up to 76 for this, because that's the way the tournament at 76. So
Franco is a strong kid. You know, I mean, I was hoping to fight him. You know, I was in that weight category to fight him, and I'm thinking to myself. It's the same with James.
Well, if you would have beat
in the ring,
If you would have beat me, then you would have fought.
Yeah, and do you know what, mate? I reckon it'd have been a fucking war again, just the same. But looking at you two going in that fight, I'm not worried, but I'm thinking these guys are gonna hit hard. I mean, I thought Trez hits hard, didn't put me away, so I'm thinking I'm gonna take some damage. Hopefully, I won't get put away. Franco is no mug. Obviously, he's shown that. It's 5-0, like you just said.
With BKB, it doesn't matter if you're a quality boxer, you know what I mean? MMA guys are sort of taking it, you know what I mean?
MMA guys do. They
come, man. They come. Everyone thinks so because it's bare knuckle boxing. If you're a better boxer, then you're going to have an automatic better fight. So if you're MMA fight, it's you're a fighter. If you're a fighter, then makes no difference. But the bare knuckle, mate.
We've got Herbert Givens, haven't we, in this prize fight competition? He's fighting Mark Rose in the semi-finals, and I'm fighting Tony Lafferty. And you know, we hadn't seen him fight BKB yet because he got a bye to the next round due to weight. Was it the
Bash?
Bash didn't hit the weight, so he didn't get through. He didn't get to fight him. So what's happened?
But he still wanted to fight though. Bash.
Yeah, he still wanted to fight.
Don't get me wrong. If they still fought, then Huben was still going through regardless.
So he didn't want to do that.
Yeah, he didn't want to do. But you know, you can't blame him. What you want to do?
Same thing happened to me, innit? With that
but you still fought, didn't you?
Still fought him, but
you still fought. He would have went through anyway, but still fought him. But what was that again? You fought again?
What's that?
Who was it?
That Kazakhstan. Kazakh. Yeah. So what's happened is basically he's got through, and he's an unknown quantity now. He's a bit of a curveball because no one's seen him do BKB. So Mark Rose is going into this blind to a degree. I mean, you can watch his MMA fights and watch his kickboxing K1s, whatever he's done, but that's still not bare knuckle, and you don't know no one knows he's going to take a shot. But apparently he's a gypsy, and he does some gypsy fighting, bare knuckle fighting over in Holland. So you know. You'd expect it.
Yeah, but you're not in a car park, are you? Nah. You know what I mean? If I had a bare knuckle fight in a car park, Jesus Christ, I think I'll be 100-0 because no one will catch me. No one will catch me, mate. You give me a car park, but that BKB ring seems to be getting smaller and smaller.
No, they've got a bigger one now.
Have they got a bigger one now?
It was like
after the prize fighter final, I swear, it seems like it's going around. I don't know whether it's just me personally, but
what is it? Not the same size as a boxing ring then?
Nah, don't get me wrong. Now you're not walking up. It looks like a boxing ring. You get in there, but boy, man,
a lot tighter.
It's very 2 steps and you're back on the road.
The difference with us and with our sport and normal conventional boxing is this. You have to start fast. You have to start fast because you've got 2 minutes. You can't feel them out really. How can you feel out in a round where you've got my gloves on? You can't. And it's a smaller ring. It is a smaller ring than like say your conventional ring. So you're getting chased around. You can't. You know, in a normal ring, you can't get chased around there. You're in the pocket. You're there. Yeah. You have to be able to slip and move really fast. I mean, your shots are fast.
You can't literally throw punches. You don't get me wrong. 1, 2, but you can't go boom, start whipping in shots with bare knuckle that you can do with gloves on because the gloves protect your hands. I mean, I remember trying in the Franco fight, I must only threw about 2 body shots, man. But them body shots, man, if you catch them wrong on the guy, you
elbows as well.
Yeah, your ligaments spread. So when you hit someone like that, they spread. So you go, man, it's noise. So you just constantly trying to knock him with the face, you know what I mean?
I can't remember a good one in my fight.
Is that? He punched me in my throat, didn't he?
I did, I punched him.
For 2 days after the fight, I couldn't swallow, and I thought, why can't I swallow, man? You know, I've been in a fight, you know what I mean? I ain't got freaking the cold or something. I phoned him, I go, what happened there, man? I can't swallow. He's gone, yeah, I'll punch you in your throat. I watched the fight back and I saw when he'd done it as well. He's a sneaky little man.
Not on purpose. But I got him. Every time
I tell him what happened when he was walking out for your fight as well.
Every time we're out and about now, right, we're having a drink or anything, or we're out with family and friends. He'll just randomly come up. He did it last night. Randomly come up to me and went, punch me in the fucking throat. Standing there howling. But yeah, before the fight with me and him, we were standing in the entrance to the.
Well, basically, Smudger's about to do the walkout. He walked out first. I was walking out second. And I remember just looking. I remember going, Smudge, you all right? Yeah. He was literally about to walk out. I'm about to fight him. I'm literally calling him, going, Smudge, you all right? Yeah. Yeah, bad,
so you in there? Fuck.
Right,
That's to punch each other's eyes we can and take each other's heads off. But I suppose that's the respect that we've got for each other. Most of the fighters in the BKB, I've got that.
You have, but you know, you got to be. Me personally, I'm under no illusion that you can get absolutely sparked out. No one's susceptible to not getting sparked. You know what I mean? So if you think that it can happen, then trust me, you always got the eye of it not going to happen. But most people talk before the thing. Like we've got certain people in the BKB that talk too soon, and then it doesn't look well.
Speak before being on the
fight. Like prove you can actually do something, and then talk about what you actually done. Don't talk about stuff that people don't know about. I haven't saw you do. Actually do it, and then talk about it, because then people will believe it. Then it's nothing worse. Someone talking smack and then not backing it up, man. I think, especially in a sport like this, you will. As far as fans, they can think what they want to fight, but fighters, we know the score, you know.
Yeah. Do you know what? That was good, man. Do you know what? I didn't have it down to ask you about fucking people talking shit, but I might just add that in now.
Yeah, no,
but I'll pull that back. But we're talking about getting fans involved. Anyone listening never watched a BKB fight before?
Yeah.
Recommend one fight for them to go and watch right now.
Well, I said two straight away.
Go on then.
I'd say obviously James Connelly versus Ricardo Franco. Fucking just a fucking absolute battle of war.
Depends what you want. Depends what you're looking at. Do you want like a war?
That was a war. That was both boxing and.
If you're looking technical, there's Sweeney Peretta. That's a very technical one.
Yeah.
But then you're looking on a war. You got the Lafty. You got the Lafty versus Scott McHugh. Man. Yeah. We know Scott well. We know Scott Weis. He's a good pal. Man went down. He got knocked down 3 times in the first round. There's something wrong with that Scott. I'm telling you, it's hard. For a 26-year-old man, it's hard.
You get me
very hard.
You get me here. Listen, the guy's just comedy gold.
Yeah,
and then the other fight I'd say was it's Tyler Goodjohn versus Sean George, which is a fucking big fight. That was a BKB 18 for the world title.
Very good.
And you got your knockdowns in there. You got your technical ability there. You know, you got your slips and counters. You got your against the ropes. Got you in the middle, toe to toes. You've got everything you want.
Sean George he's got much better, hasn't he?
Yeah, Sean George has improved.
But boxed very well, mate. Very, very, very close fight.
I'm a fan of his. I'm a fan of Tyler's. Tyler's my friend and Sean's my friend. I'm actually a fan as well. You know, you can be both. And I'm the fans. I watch the stuff. I comment on the stuff. You know.
I remember. I didn't get the app on Fight TV because obviously I was there live, but when they come up on Facebook that Tyler Goodjohn versus Sean George fight was going to get premiered, listen, I was like a kid getting onto the sweet shop. I couldn't wait for this. That on YouTube 7 o'clock tonight. Yeah, I put a status about it saying, listen, I can't wait for that fight. I couldn't wait to see him fight. I've done a bit of sparring with Tyler, didn't we, for that camp.
Yeah.
Done a bit of training with him, so it was good to see. You know what I mean?
But
we know him in his own mate, but. We're still fans of these people. We still want to see them fight. Hopefully they both do well and stuff like that. Of course. Because we're fighters doesn't mean that we're not fans of other fighters. You know what I mean? I like that.
I was in the back waiting to go up for my fight, warming up with my phone on there with Fight TV, watching the fights that are happening, warming up, thinking, who am I fighting next? Who am I going to be getting? I mean, mate, it was mental. My mate saying, "Are you watching fights?" I went, "Yeah, I'm watching on my phone here then," and I'm getting fired up. And this is the most focused I've been for any fight ever, because I'm fighting on my nephew's name. My nephew died. He was in a car accident, so I've put him all over my kit. I want people to see his face and remember him. And I'm fighting for him. And therefore, I think it's given me a bit more of a nudge and a shove. You know what I mean? It's pushed me in the direction I need for focus.
I reckon you're losing the weight, getting down to your natural weight, getting your meals sorted out, and all that sort of stuff. That's what's changed you, mate. And obviously now you fight for something anyway, don't you? But
Yeah.
He was that man. He was at the wrong weight, man. You find at 80 kilograms and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah.
And Trez is a big old man, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
He's
you
even
watched
talking
that
to
fight,
me.
his last fight, that's just going live today. That Trez and Trezai's and Robbie Drab.
Good fight, right?
Yeah, the faces were fucked at the end, man. They look alright.
But you know what it is? I don't like to get hit. That's fact. You don't get paid to be tough, and I couldn't care less about people getting punched in the head and thinking I'm hard. But these guys take shots and they're still going. You know what I mean? Like the Trez man, his face was the thing, but what do you expect when it's bone on bone? You're going to get bruised, aren't you? But they were still going after the 5 rounds. Because many people take shots like that and still go. I'm getting away from trying to get away for every single shot. I don't want to get into much. It's not nice, but I think gloves do rattle your head a bit more than an actual bare knuckle. The bare knuckle just stings, or you might get sparked, but that rattle on the brain with that glove, there's something else, you know what I mean? You really do feel it.
Scarring concussion.
Yeah, you really do feel it, you know what I mean? People go, oh, bare knuckle, oh, that must be... Like, get hit with a glove around the side of the head and hands.
You can hear it, okay, when you're at the venue and you can hear the...
Yeah.
You can hear it, mate. Imagine that.
You need to go check it out, man.
Yeah, we do, man.
Go down.
Well, you need to get tickets for next
Get
fight.
some tickets.
There you go.
Let me just say this, right. I had a pal, Terry Dixon, my really good pal of mine. I've known him for years since we were kids. And he come down to the first fight. He was up on the balcony. He said, "I can hear it up there." Yeah. Can you hear it? He said, "Yeah. It's horrible, you know. It's not nice." I went, "All right." He managed to get ringside, like ringside, 2-3 meters away from the ring. He said, "Mate," "I was just cringing." I'm like, "Wow." He said, "I've seen so many shots that people getting taken." He said, "I see you hit some lads. Fuck me, what was that?" He said that it couldn't believe it. My skin crawling, but at the same time, he said it's enthralling. It's brilliant to watch.
The thing with me,
you know, the lads they're in there. They're enjoying it at the same time as fighting. Competitiveness. If you haven't got a competitive streak and you're not enjoying the sport, don't even think about it.
The only one that I've only ever been to one BKB show and watched it as a fan, which was the last one. The other 4 I was on, so I never went to one. So I've never been at the ring watching smacks and that, but I did on that and the last one. My God. I was thinking, what am I doing? I've had 4 bare knuckle fights and that. It's different. When you're in there and you fight, it's bare being a spectator. It's completely different. But the smacks that you hear,
yeah. And the guys there are guys that are out and about walking around with where the fans are, you know, all the crowds. It's not like when you go to a boxing show, all the boxers in the back and they're not walking around. You're seeing these fighters, yeah. If they've got time to go around and visit the fans and go get photos with them, that's what they're doing.
People don't see what happens backstage, do they? I remember Sean McFarlane was fighting Scott McHugh, and no one sees what happens at the back. But obviously they was fighting each other that night, and they was literally standing next to each other having a chat. Like, yeah, you're right, yeah. I remember walking out, but you'll only see if you can go around at the back and get into the backstage access.
I know it happens at boxing shows, but it don't happen as much now because boxers come from wide and afar, yeah. And then
I don't like to put boxing as the same as bare knuckle. We're just completely different sports.
But I'm just trying to show the transition and the change from one to the other. You know, it's boxing, but it's completely different. I mean, the mindset, you know, the attitude, everything's different. So, and I think that's what's needed. I think this sport's brought something fresh.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna let you take these last questions.
So I was gonna say, so with that, if you boys could fight anyone on the BKB roster right now, who would it be and why?
Like me personally, after coming from that fight, I need a title or something. I need to fight for something. You know, I just don't want to be having bare knuckle fights now just for the sake of having bare knuckle fights. I don't need to prove whether I'm hard or not. But it wasn't never about that anyway. But I want to be fighting for something, you know. And to be honest with you, I never ashamed myself in the last fight, did I? You know, I've done the rounds, so I showed more after the fight than I did about myself before the fight.
Good loss.
So I need to fight for something. Like, you got who's got the title at the moment? I don't know what
Barry Jones
got the British. Who's got the world's Sweeney and Franco. I love a rematch against Franco, but I'll never ever be calling his name and mention that when we all know he's tied with Sweeney. You know what I mean? No one wants to hear me calling it. Let him deal with that, and we'll see what happens after that.
Yeah.
But yeah, rematch with Franco. Barry Jones. I actually like Barry Jones as well. I actually told him last time, I said, you'll do this guy within 3, and he actually did, you know what I mean? I remember chatting to him, and I sent him a message after as well. But ever since I just found, I didn't know he was at my weight with the British title until about 3 days ago, so I thought, let's have a bit of Barry.
Nice.
But once again, it'd be respectful.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I'm not smack talk, you don't need it.
No.
Me, absolutely anybody, just put me in there.
Yeah.
I'm happy just to be getting in there. However, if I could say a name, obviously I'd want to fight the best, so I'd say Jimmy Sweeney or well, anyone really. I'd even drop down and wait and fight, you know, your Sean George and your Tyler's. And once again, I'm a fan of it.
What, are they lower than you then?
Yeah, they're 69 kilo now, but listen, I've come down
How
from
does Sean
80,
George
80,
make to 69 kilo?
80 kilo, come down to 74. Instead of box at 64
That's
kilo.
11 stone, that is.
Yeah. I know. I've put the weight on, but I can. I know when you say you obviously as you get older you get thicker anyway. You know, I don't mean thicker, but thicker. So you get thicker, don't you? You spread and you get bigger and stronger. I can easily get down to 69. I know I can do it. Well, say easy, a bit hard, but I get there and I get there comfortably. So.
Yeah, but the thing is about the bare knuckling, we fight on the day we weigh in.
Yeah,
you
can't drain yourself on, none of that shit.
Well, you can, but you ain't going to put much weight on, you know what I mean? If anything's going to be a hindrance to you. Whereas the boxing, they've got the 24-hour weighing, so you've got to hold our weigh-ins. Weigh-ins at 12, and depending on what time you're on, the fights start about 6, something like that. Yeah. Doors open at 5, fights start at 7 or something like that. And that's it, you're fighting in a couple of hours. So you ain't got the time,
I've never boxed drained, I've never been knocked out, been knocked down, never been knocked out. And I think it's down to being hydrated. And your body can only take on so much water, obviously, within a certain amount of time. So if you're going down there drained and you can't get that water back in, then your brain has not got the same sort of fluid it needs in there, you know, to cushion the blows. That's why you get people getting sparked and dropped and not getting back up. You know, there's this everlasting damage. Even with the BKB it happens, so you need to make sure that you're hydrated. So the same day weighing, I think, is bang on.
It sounds safer for fighters all round. Like no gloves.
Just stop that, because if you've got a knack, say that this guy can be able to got a knack for losing more weight than you, he's going to be he can lose that weight, rejuvenate back up, and he's a different guy. But this game stops all that. You know what I mean? It's a good thing that it stops all that, because I want lads. Me personally, I want to lose weight for a fight. I'm always in shape anyway. I'm always in the gym, but yeah.
Yeah. Boom. All right. Big question.
Yeah. So the question we ask everyone on this show is: if you could lay out any celebrity, who would it be?
Celebrity.
We've had some funny answers. We had Mick said he wanted to
mix it. Kevin Hart, man. That's right. Mick Learmonth wanted to knock out Kevin Hart. Is it cruiserweight as well? He's a big lad.
Kevin, mate.
Who else? Jermaine wanted to fight Boris Johnson.
I can't
remember who else said.
Said any politician.
I'm fucking Robbie Williams, man. I say it again.
I'm just chatting. I think there's always someone you're hating. There's always someone you're looking at and you're thinking, like, horrible bastard. But you can't really. When someone put you on the spot, you think, I'm so. I don't even watch TV. I don't. As far as these celebrities, one of them Love Island guys. Line them all up. Smash them over the same shot. You just dominoes. Yeah, just get off TV. Something matter with you, man. I'll probably say all these bloody TV shows. You know, these reality TV shows. Stop bullying, but the fucking that whole thing's about terrorising people, man. You know what? The big brothers of the world. Let's stop bullying, but let's bully someone on TV in front of millions of people. That's exactly what it is, mate. It's pathetic, mate.
Piers Morgan. Oh man, I fucking love to see you smack Piers Morgan.
Piers Morgan,
I love it.
Don't come out of BKB show.
Piers,
I'm tagging him in this. Let's get that bit. Let's get that fight there.
Listen, come down to BKB. We'll show you ring walk.
It's Smudger versus Morgan.
Alright, sick boys. So we're going to wrap up. If people want to find you, they want to reach out, they want to follow your story, they want to see you fight, where can they go?
Facebook, James Connelly. My BKB is James Connelly BKB1. Hit me up on there. That's it. If you want to see my training footages, I've got a James Connelly BKB fighter Facebook page. Check out there.
Yeah, myself, we're always doing live videos, but my man here, so we're having a fucking giggle, so plenty of entertainment. But it's Smudger Smith on, Dean Smudger Smith BKB on Facebook. I've got Smudger BKB Instagram, Smudger BKB Twitter, just on YouTube as well. Smudger Smith, just put Smudger Smith in there. Trust me, loads of stuff comes up. It's quite funny.
Do you know what? Definitely fucking follow these guys.
On the caravan, we've still the caravan.
We've got a video coming out as well.
Scrapyard or something.
Yeah.
We've got
imagine, when I was fighting him, I actually looked and thought, I'm fighting this guy.
When you noticed that guy out in the fucking yeah.
There's a video coming out in the next couple of days from the Faz guys.
When does that come out? Because this is going to come out on Wednesday.
I think
it'll be out, so we'll bang the link under here.
Yeah.
But he calls out me and calls out Tyler and calls out Scott in the next video.
It's clean out. Just watch it. You'll have it heads off. The guys are just unstable. They need some sort of meds. But we helped them along, so yeah, we're to blame as well.
Alright, boom. Thanks for taking the time, boys. Appreciate it.
I can say a big shout out to my 2 daughters, Miley, Lacey. Love ya.
Yeah, my family as well, I love you as well.
Boom. Yes, boys.
Yeah, wicked that, good that.